In spite of what the CFL will tell you, expansion has not been a success except in Baltimore. Here is part one of Blueprint for Success.
A decade ago, in the dead of the night, a disenchanted owner takes the Colts from Baltimore, moves to Indianapolis. A storied franchise gone. Only the memories remained of a glorious past. Names etched in American football folklore. Bubba Smith terrorized quarterbacks. The great Johnny Unitas, the consummate quarterback. Legends brought back to associate tradition with Baltimore's new Canadian brand of football.
I think what we were able to do here in this town was our football team has united a city back together again, in a sense, because a lot of people have a reason now to come out to Memorial Stadium, cheer for a football team, and certainly there's 40 years of memories at Memorial Stadium. And now today they have their own stars. Those names turned into Mike Pringle and Tracy Ham and Michael Brooks and O.J. Brigance, and we brought football back, and they wanted football, and the fact that we took the initiative day one and named the team the Baltimore CFL Colts, that really got their interest, because that's something they used to come to Memorial Stadium, tailgate, go to the game, sit in the same seats, be with those people. Every Sunday they used to come here together, and all of a sudden, for 10 years, that disappeared.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your Baltimore CFL. They couldn't call them the Colts, and that only galvanized the fans. Institutions like the Big Wheel rallied behind the CFLers.
Back in 1975, when the NFL Colts were here, it was a Sunday afternoon, nothing was happening, and I said, I got to get this crowd awake. So I got up, started doing cheers with my body. We got the crowd up. From that day, we never lost, the NFL Colts never lost a game the rest of that season.
Memorial Stadium sat empty, but the Colt marching band held a 10-year vigil, playing bowl games, waiting for football to come back.
When fathers stand on the sidelines and watching us march on a football field, or watching us march during a parade, they sort of get misty-eyed and say, I remember when. I remember when. Then they want it for their generation. And that's why, like I said, when the CFL came back here, they're coming into not only the old generation, but a new generation. And the CFL will fly here. It already has.
We grew up in here in Baltimore, and these fans grew up under the Johnny Unitas era. And we were a throwing ball club. And if I wasn't a good receiver coming out of that backfield, I wouldn't have lasted 12 years in this league. And especially with this team with Unitas throwing the ball, because we were a passing team. And they like to see that kind of action. They like to see the ball being thrown, put in the air, the gambling chances, you know. Don Matthew lives on the edge, and Tracy Ham, under his leadership, and has done a great job.
In only their first year, the legends have given way to new heroes. Running back Mike Pringle has seized a place in Canadian football history. Willie Burden's CFL milestone changing hands in Baltimore.
Who would ever expect that we would be in our first season, inaugural season, to win 12 games in the regular season, go through, win the Eastern Division Championship, and be here in the Grey Cup. And I think, but when you get to this point, you're here to win football games. I've been to a national championship where we've won. I've been to a Super Bowl where we've won. I've been to a Super Bowl when we lost. My opinion was, the time I lost the Super Bowl, I would have rather not even shown up and gone.
The Eastern Division title goes outside of Canada for the first time since 1912. CFL history built on the Colt foundation.